is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are taking our first ride with the winglets installed on the bike. And usually these things give some downforce at higher speeds, so you're not going to feel a difference on the roads for sure. The bike still seems to pick up fine and get the front wheel up. So obviously these things don't create the downforce that you need until you get to those higher 100+ mph speeds. But we're just going to go for our first little ride on these things, see if we notice anything. I highly doubt we're going to, but at least we could give it a little try and see if I notice any difference at all. But yeah, so far, nothing, you know, which is expected, but they do look pretty cool. Not a lot of people are fans of these things, and I wasn't at first either until I actually installed them and put them up to the bike to look at it at first. When you see them in person, they definitely look a lot better than they come off on camera, but they are pretty freaking sweet, I gotta say. So there is plenty of different companies to get these things from. You know, you can get them from like $80 or something stupid like that up to, you know, 1,000 or whatever the heck it is. Yep, front end still comes up pretty easy. But yeah, some of the places that you can get from that are popular are RPM Carbon. They have a pretty nice piece. The ones that I got were from AliExpress, and they are from MX MotoGP, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And they were a little bit less, and the quality looks exactly the same as in the ones from RPM Carbon, at least from the pictures I saw and everything. And I do have the rear tire hugger and chain guard from that company, and I'm happy with it. So it blends right in with the original OEM BMW M rear sets for the 20 to 22 models. And well, I think they have the same blue ones for the 23 as well, but the M rear sets, not the M1000RR rear sets. So just so we clarify that. But they definitely do add some nice bling to the bike. Like I said, at first I was not a fan of them until I actually saw them in person. When you see them in person, I think you'll get a different perspective, and you know, you might not. Either way, I'm pretty happy with the install and how these came out. I would say that the ones from RPM Carbon probably have a better template than the one that I use, because I did have to modify it a little bit. But at the same token, I did do something a little bit different on mine. I think they're just up a little bit higher from the usual, you know what I mean? I do suggest you use some blue Loctite on these things for the bolts, just to make sure that they stay secure. But yeah, let's just pull over and look at these things real quick. Just take a quick little look-see at these. I think they look awesome. I love them. I like the way that I did them too, just a little bit higher than normal. You know, whether or not that screws up the airflow and the downforce doesn't really matter, but yeah, look at these things. Beauties. These things are awesome. Carbon looks amazing. I love the way of how I made them fit on the bike. I think they look pretty dope, and I am pumped about them. So look at that awesome blue Acura titanium exhaust. So beautiful, right? Good stuff. Someone else came by on some type of bike. I don't know what that was, but anywho, let's get back to the riding. I definitely feel that the RPM carbon wings, which most people are going to buy, I believe their template is a little bit better than the ones that I got. I wouldn't say that the template I got on mine was bad. And even if you get some cheap knockoff ones that are just plastic that you paint or whatever, you could always make a template out of like a piece of cardboard or something like that. And, you know, you could use it as long as it fits in the fairing well and you kind of look where the bolt holes are going to be and you line it up. I do have a how-to video, how to install them for the brand that I got, and it should be very similar for the rest of the other ones. So I'll actually throw that link to that video of how to install them in the description below, so you can check that out. But if you aren't really good at doing stuff like that, highly suggest you get a set of aftermarket fairings, because if you screw up the OEM ones, and I almost did on one of mine because I was rushing and I should have measured it. Somehow, like I said, I screwed it up. Maybe the panel moved or something, and then when I put that extra dot, it didn't get it in the right spot, and I had to go over like a millimeter or two on one bolt on the top ones, and then I had to go up like a millimeter because it wasn't where I wanted it to be on this machine. And oh, excuse me. And like I said, luckily I was able to save it because I got the bottom bolts dialed in perfect, and that was a good save because I was like, oh crap. But that is why I definitely bought a second set of OEM panels. Now, not everybody can do that because they are expensive, but you could get a aftermarket kit. A lot of companies sell them, and they're actually really good quality nowadays. They're good, and they have great fitment, so if you screw up, it's not like a total loss. It's not like you destroyed an OEM panel. So, with that being said, let me go scoot over to the highway. Hopefully it won't be too busy, and I can actually pick up some speed, and I'll see if I notice any difference. Honestly, I'm probably not even going to be able to tell, but let me go get over there, and then we'll go take a look and see how it does. So we went for a quick little highway run. It was a little bit busier on the highway than I wanted it to be, so just to be safe, you know, I cut it off around like 150, 160 or something like that. I think it definitely got to like 150. Obviously I wasn't really looking at the speedometer, I was just more looking at where I was going, but it's kind of hard to tell if you can feel a difference, but I think I felt a little bit more planted at like 150 than I normally would. It could just be all in your head. Obviously not a lot of people are going to be at that type of a high speed or higher. Some people do, of course, and there's places like, you know, Mexico to do that and whatnot, but obviously on the roads you can't really tell a difference. It's those higher speeds that you can start to notice something. But overall, let's see, the wings are still on the bike, which is good. Just wanted to make sure of that. So first highway run wasn't even really a run, it was just like a little check. But like I said, about 150 miles an hour. Felt a little bit different, not much, very, you know, pretty hard to tell for the most part, but still very happy with these. I love how they look. You know, it's like the carbon fiber. Yeah, you shed a little bit of weight, but it's not something you need. So if you like how they look, then absolutely go get them, install, and that's what I did. And I'm actually very happy that I did. I don't have any plans to take them off, but definitely keep them on there. But yeah, very happy with them. I love how they look. They do have that cool shape to it, and overall very happy with them. So this set I paid, I think it was around like $360, and RPM carbon stuff is like, I think $480, almost like $500. So, and I think I got these in like 2 weeks or something like that. It wasn't too long of a wait. So if you want to get them, absolutely scoop up whatever brand you want. Obviously, the more you pay, probably the better quality carbon you'll get, and the better of a template you will get. There is alternatives to making your own, but I would suggest to get it from a place like RPM Carbon, or like I said, that MX Moto GP, or whatever the heck it was. I can't remember the username on AliExpress, but like I said, I do have the carbon fiber rear tire hugger and the chain guard in one piece from them, and I love how it looked. The carbon was really nice. It was a lot better than this fake carbon stuff that I have, and not that this looks too bad, but there was certain parts on the bike that I wanted to look a little bit better, and the wings were one of them. So alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for today's video. I do give the wings a thumbs up. You do notice a little bit of a difference at those high speeds. If you're constantly going that far, then you know you could benefit from them a little bit. A little bit of mountains over here, the reservoir. Can't see anything because of the trees, but nice little scenery ride. I gotta get gas soon, but anyway guys, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, check out that link in the description of how to install these. That will be there for you guys. I thank you guys for viewing, and we'll see you in the next video.